So we're here, LA School of Gymnastics, talking to Galina. Galina, first of all, what's your background in gymnastics?
Well, my parents are professional athletes. My mom was a rhythmic gymnast and my dad was artistic gymnast. So I grew up in an athletic family and I was representing the national team of Ukraine. And now I'm in the United States of America. And last year I had the national team gymnast myself.
Wow. Ukraine have a big history in gymnastics, of course, also in boxing. You know, you have Lomachenko, you have Usyk now.
Yeah.
What's it like to be a professional athlete in the Ukraine? How much discipline did you have growing up? How tough was it?
It was pretty tough compared to the United States. My schedule was pretty busy. It was, I was at the Rugina school since like 12 and a half years old. So I was away from the parents, first of all. We were living in dorms, you know. It was like 6 girls in 2 tiny rooms with 1 bathroom and 1 sink. We didn't really have a shower, to be honest with you, or a washing machine. And I had to wake up, you know, 6:30 or even earlier because we have 1 bathroom. We had 1 bathroom, you know. So at the gym, I had to be like at 8 a.m. So every day we had ballet from 8 to 10. And then the first training was from 10 a.m. until my coach wanted. And if I was lucky enough, I had like 1 hour break. And then another training started. And like, it was a good day if I could arrive to my dorms by 8 p.m. Sometimes I even slept at the gym because it was too late. And it was better for me to stay at the gym, to sleep over on the couch and start my day, you know.
What about schoolwork?
Later. Schoolwork, unfortunately, we didn't really have any schoolwork, to be honest with you. Everybody was studying on their own.
Kind of like kids today, with all this situation.
Kind of, yeah, but much less than that because I also had competitions, you know. I was with a luggage in my hand, like every weekend. Sometimes we had to fly somewhere and then come back and pack, go to training, and from training to fly somewhere else. So every gymnast was kind of deciding on their own. At least I learned English and I saw the world a little bit, you know. At least I knew the countries I was flying into. So it was good.
What advice do you have for anybody who wants to get into gymnastics? People who are taking your classes here at LA School of Gymnastics, or what was the best advice you could give someone?
Well, follow your dreams, and doesn't matter if you have talent or not. The most important to have the passion and love to what you do, and you're gonna succeed no matter what.
We are talking to Galina, former from the Ukrainian national team, now at LA School of Gymnastics. Galina, obviously when you compete, sometimes mistakes happen. Whether I forgot the terminology, but what's it called, the stick, the baton?
Clubs.
The clubs, I'm sorry. The clubs, you don't catch them. What's the best way to recover when a mistake happens during a competition?
Forget about them, because you sometimes the apparatus you was competing with is not your last routine, or for example you dropped in the beginning of your routine and you need to continue. So if you're gonna think with the mistake in your head, it's gonna happen again and again and again. So the best way to recover, put it aside, forget it, and keep moving. Keep moving and fighting for your routine, because you never know. Sometimes you can make more mistakes and just ruin your routine. Sometimes you can just forget about it, finish it the best way you could, and you still can end up with a medal.
From your experience, from when you competed, what was the biggest mistake you had that you were able to brush it off? Do you remember?
Well, I had a lot of competitions.
Is there anyone that stands out? The ball went flying to the crowd, or?
Well, I remember I was little. I was not in the national team yet, and I had my hoop routine, and I had like to toss it and catch it on my leg, spinning around. And it was at the end of my routine, and after that I had like another toss to go to and another toss. And for me, when the hoop flew outside of the carpet, I didn't really expect that happening because I never really was dropping it during the training. So it was a big drama, and I cried a lot. And now I'm looking back to that moment with a smile on my face. You know, I ran out of the carpet, came back, and I finished my routine, luckily. But after that, I realized what happened, and I was crying a lot. And my coach, my first coach, Angela Vasilyenko, she calmed me down, and she said that, "Come down, forget about it, put it aside, change your leotard. You still have ball to compete with. You're going to be fine. Just forget it. Keep fighting. Keep fighting for your place." And you know, that's what I'm telling my gymnasts today, that you have to forget what happened as soon as possible and continue your performance, continue your day, or continue competitions, you know. After that, after everything is over, you can analyze what really happened and why it happened. But when you, at the moment, you have to stay strong emotionally and finish what you have to finish.
Even the stars like you, mistakes happen. Everybody, it's human, it's part of it. Don't get discouraged if something goes wrong in one competition.
Of course, you never know. Sometimes when everybody was pretty much predictable about Alina Kabaeva, I mean, everybody knows who she is. She's a star. And she was spinning her hoop at Olympic Games at 2000. And nobody knew that she gonna like drop her hoop on the such an easy like rotation around her hand, and the hoop just flew out. You never know what's gonna happen, and it was like end of the world. Oh my God, how come she could drop it? But it's the moment, it's it's live. You never know what's gonna happen. So you should keep fighting for your dream. But still, after that, she didn't quit. She continued, and after 4 years, she became an Olympic champion.
That's amazing. Now, I want to ask you this. When you compete, what is the best way, Galina, to impress the judges? Because the judges, there's 11 judges, 14 judges. Obviously, it goes through every athlete's mind. Is there any do's or don't do's when it comes to the judges?
Well, you have to go confident. You have to step on the carpet, the first impression. You have to look good, your hair, your leotard, you know, the way you look, your shape, you have to look like you in shape. You have to impress. You have, from the first step, the way you step on the carpet, you know, like you can go like, you know, worried, and you don't really think the way, some girls don't really think the way they look, but when you step on confident and you walk with your chin up and with your posture, you know, everybody stops at the moment and think, wow, let's see this gymnast. Something going to happen. Even though maybe you don't have a split or something, but you are confident, you try to show your best, you're trying super hard. Doesn't matter if you're not that good yet, you're already good, because you're keeping your chin, you're keeping your posture, you're looking great, you know, and you're trying so hard to show what you love. That's number one step to success.
What did judges look for the most from your experience? Did they look for the mistakes? Did they look for originality? Did they look for skill?
They look for everything, from head to toe. They look how you look, they look at your routine, they look at your music, they look at your knees, toes, posture, arms, to every little detail they look. They look at your expression, they look at your flexibility, they look at, of course, drops, but also how you hold the apparatus, to every little step. So everything has to be right according to the rules. Of course, it's a lot of work lays on coach's shoulders, but in terms of presentation, leotard, makeup, hair, sometimes parents get involved. But it's really my advice, listen to your coach, because coach knows more than parent. And the coach has an idea and vision how the gym is supposed to look like for a certain routine, for certain music, how the hoop or clubs have to be taped, the color of apparatus have to match with the leotard, and choreography, of course, lays on coach's shoulders, and elements and skills the coach picks and throws. But the goal is for gymnasts to show what the coach had in mind, to deliver that choreography and everything the coach taught to the gymnast. So.
Hold on, Galina, one second.